going on, everybody? It's your boy Cameron coming at you with this video. Excuse the dark arrangement here. I'm just getting in the fridge to get me a drink. As you look at my fridge for a second, no, I'm not popping bottles. I don't do that during the week. Anyways, besides the point, I just want to come on here, a quick video. Any Bucks fan that sees this, go check out my boy whatthebuck.net. He does a lot of actual training camp reports. He actually goes to camp, so he reports what he sees, and he's there, so you know that it's not trying to find the right word here. It's legit info and legit sighting. He's actually there, and he's been doing this for a long time. So, I mean, some of you may remember What the Buck on YouTube from years ago. He used to do his stuff for his website, his podcast. But I just want to give a quick shout out to him. He probably doesn't watch my videos. No, man, I'm not going to say any names because it's kind of petty, but, you got some people on here, that I've seen on other fan bases. No, I haven't seen anybody in particular in my fan base knowledge that I know of doing it, but I see people doing it in the TTC group on the Facebook and on the even on YouTube. I see other fans doing it. I'm not sure if I don't watch a lot of YouTube that much these days. Since I've been out of high school, and to earn my keep, I've been doing a lot of things around the house, cleaning and doing yard work and whatnot have you, and that kind of trying to go find a job and getting my college stuff worked out. So I haven't really been watching a lot of YouTube. I'll scroll through and I'll pick somebody I want to watch and whatnot, but I haven't been on it, and I haven't watched everybody on YouTube in a while. Just so happens now I've been sitting around for a little bit today. The weather's not very cooperative, so I can't go outside and do much. So, but I just seen these other people in these other fan bases talking about training camp and talking about what's going on in their team, and they're not even there. They're not even in the same region as the team. So I don't understand. How can you report on training camp if you're not there? That shit it kind of gets under my skin. It's like, you're not there. You can't talk about camp. I'm not at training camp. I'm not talking about training camp. I get my insights from two sources. I get it from the Buccaneers Insider. Even though I don't like Scott Smith, I watch Scott Smith. The few times he posts on here, I watch Old School, What the Buck. So I don't get, if you're not at training camp, you can't report anything. Because you're not reporting anything. You're coming off of other people's sources. So I'm going to leave it at that, because that irritates me. You might think it's bullshit, but it's stupid for you to try to come on here after you've watched and read other people's reports. It's stupid for you to come on here and act like you know what you're talking about with training camp. So, Buck fans, if you want to get a legit report from training camp, you got to check out my man, What the Buck. You go look it up. They do podcasts on whatthebuck.net. You can watch him on YouTube, What the Buck. He does he's done reports from training camps in years past. He does a little bit of reporting from the games during the season. But, he's been pretty consistent is the word, excuse me. He's been pretty consistent so far. We're 4 days into camp. We're 4 days into camp, and he's done a report every day so far. So I really like that. I like listening to what he says. So, if Buck fans, if you want a legit reporter for your training camp info, go check out What the Buck. You could also check in with Buccaneers Insider with Scott Smith and Casey Phillips. Me personally, I'm not a Scott Smith fan, but what can you do about it? I wasn't a fan of Phil Simms and Jim Nantz, and I played Madden 13 through 16 forever, or whatever year they were kicked off. And yeah, if I want to watch the games on CBS, I gotta put up with them. I don't like Chris Collinsworth. Ooh, that voice crack. I don't like Chris Collinsworth there, but I still have to listen to him when I watch Sunday Night Football. So that's beside the point. I digressed. Do you want to go check out legit training camp reports? Scott Smith, Casey Phillips on the Bucks Insider, or my man What the Buck. What the Buck will give you more detailed and more opinionated analysis. They pay Scott Smith and Casey Phillips to say what they want to hear on the Insider report. So just a couple sources you can go get for some legit training camp sources. And with that said, I will let y'all enjoy it. And I should be headed out to camp maybe tomorrow. I could do a video from there. And Tuesday, I'm going for sure on Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure on tomorrow. But Hard Knocks premieres on the 8th, and it'd be cool to be there when they're they've been taking tapes around there. From what I heard, they've been recording around there the past couple days. But it'll be cool to actually see it in person, and it's the first day it airs, so you go to the camp and then you go home and it's like, oh, I was just there. So yeah, training camp, legit reports. Go check out the Insider, Bucks Insider, Scott Smith, Casey Phillips, or my man What the Buck at whatthebuck.net. And with that being said, man, it's getting closer to that time. My season tickets should be in the mail any day now. I've seen people on some of the Bucks Facebook groups, they've been getting them, so I'm excited. And I'll probably do a video when they come. So with that being said, I know I said that like 5 times now, but something new pops up in my head every 5 seconds. So with that, I will let you go, and go Bucks.